Hi, this is Rio Carey, and I'm here to tell you today how I made a seven-figure business out of a $2,000 investment. So I'm going to tell you how I did it from the start. Stay tuned. So back in 2020, I was working as an ICU nurse, and then COVID happened. At that time, I was looking for a way to be out of the hospital, not to work where a lot of sick people were, and I looked for something that I could sell that was related to COVID to help with the COVID situation, help people protect themselves. And then that's when I thought about an idea. I went to Alibaba before I heard about an FBA program, before I learned about how to sell on Amazon. I went on Alibaba and I was looking for a product that I could sell that would help protect people from COVID. So what did I buy? Face shields. So the plastic face shields that was very popular back in 2020. You had like a little band at the back. You had like a plastic shield. So I bought different versions of it. I think it was for like 20 cents a piece or something. I bought like maybe 1,000 or so, or 2,000. I can't remember exactly how much, but my total investment was $2,000, including shipping to the United States. So I bought 2,000 of them, and then I was selling them to everyone I could find, coworkers, friends, families, everyone I could find. I was like, buy my face shields, buy my shields, face shields, protected from COVID. And that's what I did. I made a lot of sales. So my initial investment was $2,000. It might sound, unrealistic. Like, how could you convert $2,000 to a seven-figure income? But I did, because the product that I chose was very lightweight, very cheap. I bought it for literally nothing. And then I sold it on literally in the parking lots of grocery stores. I used to drive to the grocery store, open up my trunk, advertise by mouth. Hey, I'm selling face shields, protect you. I was selling on Facebook Marketplace. Yeah. And friends and family, coworkers at work, respiratory therapists, I was selling to everyone. Everyone knew about Rio with the face shields back then. So the reason why my face shield was so popular back then was that I had variations, right? Variations is an Amazon term now, like buy variations or sell variations that have a lot of colors, a lot of, designs and everything. And that's what I did. Like I said, I didn't have any Amazon background at that time. I was just using the business sense that I'd learned back when I was 19. I actually started my first business when I was 19. That's a totally different story for another day. So I relied on that, and then I decided to sell different colors of it, because I realized that even back then in 2020, people were selling COVID gear. People were selling like masks and gloves and PPE, personal protective equipment and all that. But I wanted to put in the difference, little wow factor. So I bought children's versions. I saw a lot of people not doing that. I bought a lot of cartoon versions of the product. I made sure I had every single character, Disney characters. I had everything. And then I also had different colors for adults too. I had multiple sizes, multiple band widths, band sizes. So I had so many options that anyone that needed any kind of protection for their face came to me. They knew about me, right? So like I said, I went to Walmart, went to my closest Target, opened up my trunks, we were buying, I was on the marketplace. So I was very active then. And I know a lot of people were scared of going out in 2020. I wasn't, because I was very desperate to get out of the situation that I was in, which was working in the hospital that I didn't want to be in. And that's what pushed me to market so aggressively. So out of my $2,000 investment, I made, I guess, at least $20,000 from the sales. Like I said, I bought it for very cheap. I sold it for like maybe $25. That's not price gouging, but So because the income I was making was coming in little snippets, during the time I started selling those face shields, and when I learned about Tom Lang's course, I was saving up my money, right? Everything that I made, I didn't spend it. I was still working my regular 9 to 5, and I was taking care of things I need to take care of. So this was kind of like savings for me. So I saved it and kind of waited until, I could find another product or found how to put it on Amazon. So during this process of saving and selling my face shields, I heard about Tom Lang's course. I signed up for his program. So whatever I made out of those face shields, like I said, I generated almost $20,000 from my $2,000 investment. I put that into my made product, and that made product was in the home and kitchen category. And then I found my product first month of selling on Amazon. With my home and kitchen product, I made $10,000 from whatever I invested from that one, and then I turned that around also. So I did not really touch my business investment or anything I got out of my business for the first 2 years, to be honest, because I kept my job. I told my students, please keep your job, no matter how great your Amazon business is looking at this moment, keep your job because you don't want to keep dipping into your business. The more you dip into it, the more you pull out money from your business, the more the business suffers. Look at a business like a baby, right? You have a newborn, you need time for the baby to babble, for the baby to walk, to be potty trained, all those steps. It does take time, and that's how I look at a business. It takes time to grow. Give it a chance to grow. Don't go in and just take out money, use for your personal use or use for travel, whatever. It's an investment. Look at it like you're trying to treat or, cater to something that's growing from the scratch. So that's what I did. So I took my $2,000 initial investment, put that into my first main product on Amazon, which was the home and category. And then out of that $2,000 that I put in, I got out $10,000 from the home and kitchen item. And then I invested that again into my third product. So between the span of my first year to second year of Amazon, I launched at least 10 to 15 products during that time because I just kept putting the money in. So eventually got me to where I am right now. So yes, I did use $2,000 and eventually got to my 7-figure, but it took time, it took sweat, it took a lot of sweat and tears. It took a lot of investments, like not just money, but a lot of mental investment, actually not money at all. Mental investment and commitment, resilience, and just not giving up. Deciding that this is something I want to do. This is a tool that helped me get to the point I'm in now, to the point I want to be. And to me, it was completely worth it. If you want to learn how I did that, how I invested almost close to nothing to get to where I am, it's going to take a lot of hard work. But if you're ready for that hard work, you're ready for the commitment, and you're a resilient person, sign up to my YouTube channel. I'm going to be dropping daily nuggets on here, show you true life story of how I got to where I am. I'm going to show you guys tips of how to make your Amazon business profitable, to keep it in the market for a long time, to keep your business alive for a long time. So if you want to sign up to my channel, please click the link below, subscribe to my channel, like my videos, and stay glued to this channel. I'm going to keep dropping nuggets, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.